bunch of money that belonged to them. So, of course, she hides out in Frank's treehouse until the car is fixed and she can flee town. But there's even more important things going on during that story, like Frank has to be kept after class. Ooh.
Your understanding of the female reproductive cycle is simply not satisfactory.
There's a movie where that line needs to be said.
I'm giving you a second chance by assigning an oral presentation.
Oral.
An oral presentation on the material with footnotes and visual aids, due by the end of the week.
Really, movie? No blowjob jokes on that one? The I can fit him in joke, that's gold, but the oral presentation, that's just too low for us to stoop. Just go for the bottom of the barrel film. You have nothing else to lose. I mean, what's to stop you from having the kid just bring the prostitute into class, play it?
Hello.
Okay. I hate to do this to you guys, but this is another one of those scenes where I simply have to do a play-by-play. First of all, the kid knows he's doing wrong, so he knows he's gonna fail the assignment. So what's the point in doing it?
An important biological function in child rearing as both a food source and headrest.
Second, V is trying to hide out, isn't she? As in, not draw attention to herself? This kid is literally drawing attention onto her!
Who wants me to go on?
Third, I can understand the boys being excited by this, but why are the girls getting turned on? Are they looking to be little prostitutes too? Look at this girl, her reaction's priceless.
This is a woman.
Well, I'll be yes! Yes, it is! Fourth, he's doing this presentation for his teacher, and yet he actually locks the teacher out of the classroom. Well, if she can't see it, why are you doing it? She can clearly see you're doing wrong, so you're gonna get in trouble anyway. Why'd you even lock her out? Fifth, and most importantly, even though he locked his teacher out of the classroom, brings a prostitute to class, and violates God knows how many school codes and laws in doing it, there are no repercussions for this! Absolutely none! He's never punished. His father's never called. The news never leaves the classroom. He is never questioned. The kid doesn't even get fucking detention. We just cut to him and V trying on his dead mother's clothes. Truly another heartwarming, ethically damning scenario. So, in case you missed it, absolutely nothing about that scene makes any fucking sense goddamn ever! Hallelujah! Holy shit! Where's the Tylenol? So, as everybody will have guessed by, well, the beginning of the movie, Ed Harris has the hots for V, and actually takes her out on a date.
Oh, look, honey, it's Frank's dad. I wonder who that woman is.
She's a hooker.
Honey.
Because that's every mother's reaction to such an everyday line uttered by your daughter, isn't it? I wonder who that is.
She's a bitch-ass whorefuck!
Oh, Susie. But things, yeah, brace yourself for a shock, get even more awkward. As she comes across one of her old clients, which turns out is one of the boys' father.
You know this woman, son?
Not as well as we know each other, Mr. Smith.
You know her father?
No. No.
No, I may have the name wrong, but I never forget a face. My name is V, like the letter. Your husband and I did business together once.
Boy, you know, for a prostitute, you'd think she'd be a little bit more discreet about IDing her clients. But then again, this is the same idiot who, yeah, I put nothing by her. But V also finds out that Harris thinks she was a math tutor the whole time. And so she decides to tell him the truth about the treehouse and her real job.
What, may I ask, are you doing living in my son's treehouse?
Take off your pants and I'll tell you.
Why do I have to take off my pants?
Because in my experience, men are better listeners when they're not wearing pants. And I have something personal to tell you, and I don't want you to be able to get away.
Okay.
I'm sorry, lady, you know that things can be done with your clothes on, right? I mean, this is not a new phenomenon. Just because 90% of what you do is with your clothes off doesn't mean everybody else is.
I'm a prostitute. Men pay me to have sex with them, okay?
Well, then what, may I ask, are you doing teaching math to 7th graders?
And Bruce Wayne, why are you dressed up like Batman?
My son bought me a hooker?
No, he didn't buy me for you.
Oh, what a relief.
He just wants me to marry you.
No, okay, well that makes it better. So he climbs down the treehouse and decides to have a conversation with his son. With his pants still off. Okay, that's it. I'm convinced. This kid's gonna grow up to be Denny from The Room. The social awkwardness, the sexual frustration, his backstory's filled in. We now know why he's so scary. Of course, because this is contrived city. They patch things up and now he's dating a whore. Good for him. But suddenly, one of the mobster bosses, played by Malcolm McDowell, gets informed of her location and goes after her.
You saw her in Middleton.
Middleton?
He hung up.
Oh, of course, he hung up. Well, she shouldn't be too hard to find.
We filled around for a while with other travelers of the night. What we were after now was the old surprise visit. That was a real kick, and good for laughs and lashings of the old ultra-violent.
He happens to enter right into the store that V happens to be shopping in, and even though he's standing right next to her, he doesn't manage to pick her out. This is why you send hitmen to do your dirty work, you schmuck. They actually can tell a woman from the exact same woman wearing sunglasses. So V tries to flee town because her life is in danger, but heck, not after showing up to Frank's sock hop. Bring the danger to the children, I always say. Ed Harris tries to meet up with her, but unfortunately McDowell recognizes her car more than he does her and follows him.
What are you gonna do?
I'm going to the sock-up.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't think they have a sock-up here. You might want to go on the street to the ocean. Oh. So everybody meets up at the sock-up, and they have themselves a little fight. We then partake in screenwriting cliche number 33, the kid shouting yes. Yes! Right before we take part in screenwriting cliche number 246, the little kid's comedically driving a car. The wheel falls off, and yet somehow they're still able to keep driving straight and then suddenly turn, outwitting the bad guy as V escapes. We see later that she goes to the crime boss of the crime boss, I guess, and sees if she can get out of working for them. Now, of course, this has to be a very risky, very hard-to-do process, or else she clearly could have just done this from the beginning.
I want out.
Goodbye, my child.
Well, to say that was disgustingly easy would be an insult to those who work hard to do things that are disgustingly easy. But wait! What about Ed Harris? Oh, apparently he chained himself to a chair to stop a big hunk of wetland from being bulldozed. This was probably explained while you were marveling over the stupidity of the other scene, so we most likely missed it.
When this place goes, part of me goes with it. I'll go to jail.
Tom, you're under arrest.
Dad!
Sorry, boy. Wet pieces of grass mean much more to me than ever trying to raise you as my son. Didn't look like I was doing a very good job anyway.
Forget it, Charlie.
He's got the right to do any damn thing he pleases.
What's going on here?
It's a deed to the wetlands in my name.
That's right. It turns out V found the stolen money that was hidden in the car and used it to preserve the piles of mud from being destroyed. And to make it up to her, he's gonna name the wetlands after her. It's wet, smelly, and full of algae, so it just seems logical.
Tell me I'm worth waiting for.
You're worth much more than that.
And just when you think this movie couldn't possibly give you any worse writing...
You know what? There is a place you can touch a woman that'll drive her crazy.
Where?
Her heart.
My God, did you see that? Holy smokes! If you slow it down really carefully, you can see the devil actually trying to escape through that line. Wow, now that's literally ungodly horrendous. So that's Milk Money, a creepy premise with a creepy delivery. I don't know, maybe if this was made in France as an independent film with a hard R, maybe something could have come from this. But as the quirky little comedy that gives a shrug at every joke, it's pretty unforgivable. You feel uncomfortable watching it and just wonder what the hell's gonna happen to these dirty little people a few years from now. Well, for most of them. It's not funny, it's not charming, it's just sick. So the next time a kid tries to bring a prostitute into your classroom, just remember, it could be Melody Griffith. I'm the Nostalgia Critic guy, remember it, so you don't have to.
This heart was almost taken. This heart had love of its own. This heart was reawakened when you came along. This heart was born, feet running.
I'm going to the sock-up.